Hi, everybody. It is Tara Boothby from Sojourn Psychology, and I am here with Scott MacMillan. Scott is a longtime member of the Sherwood Park Community, and he is a part of Team MacMillan, which is a family-based business. So, Scott, can you tell a little bit about your company and what it's like working with your siblings and your dad?
Yeah, for sure. So a family-based business, real estate team. I am 20 years in the business. My dad started it. He's coming almost 50 years. Collectively, we are 111 years with everybody's experience between my dad, brother, two sisters. Bananas, how time flies. And we are family-based. Greater Edmonton area. Our office is in Sherwood Park, but we do stuff all over the city. Yeah, that's us in a nutshell.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. Our offices are really close by, so we run into each other every once in a while. And yeah, so something that's been really cool for you with your kids and just a general experience that I see you providing is you're always about support local. So what are some of the things you've been doing right now to support the local community?
Uh, like we were trying to do that same initiative where I was on your podcast a couple weeks ago with the kids and trying to create some interaction between the senior centers, that give back piece, and then also changing our traditional advertising medium. So a lot of people, being that we've been in the community for the period that we have, know we're in real estate. It is certainly turning into an electronic era as well. So rather than having traditional print and some of our online stuff specifically on our properties, we've now tried to turn it back into our family motto, which is it's a family thing, but then also what supporting local means to us and to you. And so whether it is from a larger scale between, whether it's Save On Foods or Tim Hortons, the people and the workers that are in those spaces locally, their families, and then all the way up to the people that, again, whether it's the owner of a Salisbury greenhouse or the owner of Canadian Brew House, et cetera, you're not just supporting the brand, you're also supporting the husband, the wife, the children, and trying to tie it back into we're all in this together at the same time, making sure people realize that we're, it's humanizing the space and we're in this together to get through it together.
Yeah, actually, and I just want to grab um, if I would have been, if I was better at interviewing, I would have had this handy. But this is really cool. So this was some of the advertising that you were doing, just promoting the community. And my family's picture is actually in here as well. But it's nice too because you guys also support the local paper, which people in the Sherwood Park community do actually read the paper.
They do. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
funny space actually. In Edmonton, we used to do quite a bit of print, and Sherwood Park is still that loyal fan base where people they get their Tuesday paper, Friday paper, they jump on it, they skim the pages, etc. And yeah, the local rep is from Sherwood Park, lives in Sherwood Park, same kind of thing. We can continue to do that for years and plan on doing so.
I think that's a nice thing about Sherwood Park is that Sherwood Park actually is all about support local. So
100%.
whether you are using the newspaper or you are just getting into contact with other business owners, small business owners or big business owners in town, we're all kind of working together here.
Yeah, absolutely. We are. It's one of those spaces where there's little glimmers of hope with, again, stage one, stage two. People are now starting to interact. And it's nice to see that there's going to be people that, again, we're feeling out this new normal as we kind of know it. But the reality is you're able to go and see some faces. And as much as I love Zoom calls, it's also nice to be able to sit down and whether it's going to a restaurant or going to the Home Depot and just being able to interact yeah.
Right. And what is it like? So what is the sort of current situation with housing during the pandemic and showing homes and how's that all working?
So twofold to that question. It's a new normal. It's an interesting space. There's a ton of protocols that are just trying to respect and give. I mean, certainly not to discount any of the severity of the COVID, but we have protocols between there is disclosure statements, whether it's text or written out actual questionnaires, just ensuring that everybody is able-bodied, healthy, et cetera, not in contact with anybody with symptoms and flu-like symptoms, etc. In addition, where at bare minimum, the way that I request anybody who shows my property or if I'm going in, I'm getting really good at burning the skin off my fingers with Lysol wipes. all the way to I've got clients where I've showed them multiple properties where they physically haven't been there. I've just been doing FaceTime videos and guiding people through the homes. And then if anybody is immune compromised, some of the age, elderly people, etc., just making sure that we're given every precaution all the way through and there's communication. And so I'm actually showing properties this evening, and younger couple, but they're both immune compromised. So I'll be wearing rubber gloves, a mask, same thing, and just ensuring that that 6 feet distance is, again, held up the whole way through. And so, yeah, it's really just a communication piece and making sure that we're all doing our part.
Yeah, that's so encouraging to hear. And it's really nice that people are actually taking these boundaries serious, because we want other businesses to open up as well. And what else is really encouraging is just to know that the housing market is actually still going.
It is, well, we fall in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where food, clothing, and shelter. And so it's a weird space. The first couple of weeks, I think everybody kind of sat back, myself included, and I've been doing this for 20 years, and I haven't figured out anything in that period, but you felt like you could get some normalization, but it was nothing to reference from. And because that new space kind of came out, it was quiet for a period, and then the market actually itself has done okay. Pricing specifically in Sherwood Park is adjusted slightly, but if I look at our inventories where they're sitting at right now, as well as the sales, we're not in a bad spot. And it really is that space where there's an opportunity if you want to upgrade in the market. There's people that are downsizing, there is more activity, and then also particularly this last couple of weeks, whether it's weather dependent, whether there's almost been like a little late spring rush, which typically will start hitting in March. But we felt this last couple of weeks and the sales picked up considerably. And so as long as our inventory levels stay in check, we're going to be okay. There's certain spots in the city where there's a lot of competition, so urban sprawl becomes an issue. But the reality is it's just making sure that if your property you're looking to buy or sell, you're just being sharp, making sure you're on point with the market. It has moved ever so slightly, so every couple of weeks we might have to make an adjustment or tweak, but also ensuring that we're on the same page, because just timing of the process takes longer as well, whether it's doing the physical deal or when getting an offer on your property, ensuring that you have that kind of patience piece there, and the communication between client and agent. So
that's nice, Scott. And there's a sense of comfort in what you're saying to us just right now. So for you, if people are interested, they just need some advice or they're concerned about the market, they want to reach out. Are you okay if people give you a call?
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. And thank you so much for just letting us know a little bit about the market. I feel good hearing you talk about what's going on. And again, Scott's info will be down below. If you have questions or maybe you do need a real estate agent, you can talk to him, see if he's a fit or somebody else that he knows.
Yeah, reach anytime. Pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Scott.
You're welcome.